can sing, you know, I like the horizontal view because you can see a lot more. And let me just come on so I can say hi to everybody. Oops. Here having a great time, enjoying myself. We had a ball last night. As I was saying in the other video, the portrait style video, I went to a birthday party with my husband last night. We drove from New York State down to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, and the person that we came to see, he and his wife actually, he was having an 80th birthday party and is not missing a beat. Doesn't look like 80, doesn't feel like 80, and we just had a great time. And he was so surprised when he saw us, so it was an exciting time. So I want to give you guys a view. Well, this is afterwards, actually. Show you guys. They're coming to pick up the chairs and things tomorrow, but we had a lot of people out here, and as you can see over here, and at one time we had a bunch of people sitting in the middle just having a ball, and the food was fabulous, the music was fabulous, the weather was fabulous. I mean, it was just, everything was nice. It was just the perfect amount of humidity. It was still warm outside at night, and we had the, just in case, see if you can see this, we had these outside. We had 4 of those, you know, the burners to keep everybody warm. And it really didn't get cool enough to really use them in my opinion. So let me show you what it is. Hey Rico, how you doing, sir? Thanks for coming in. So I'm going to give you guys a 360-degree view of our dish. You can see the pond over there. Now, you can't see it, but there's an invisible fence. It's difficult to see right now. If I can see if I can zoom in and I can show you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. I know, right? And I'm going to show you where it ends and where it begins. You know, if depends on what you're used to and you know what you like. So this is the back, and have a nice short lawn so they can see anything. And those are some of the other houses down further. And you can see all of the seating and everything. This is where we were. We was last night, and this is the house. This is a 2-story home, and so you can see the distance between the homes. It's not so bad. Some people like more room, but that's not bad. Some homes are just too close. There's a garden over here. I'll take you guys over there to see the garden. The lady of the house works very tirelessly on this garden. There's a big bumblebee flying around right there. See if I can get a close up on him. See him? Kind of up underneath. There he is. Uh-oh. They are not friends. They are not friends at all. That wasp. But the other bee came to, I guess, run interference. I don't know. I will ask Rico. Yeah. Yeah. Miss Honeybee. I see that wasp. I know you see it too. You know, these are the one bees that I am not afraid of. Because as kids, we used to just let them just hover right in front of our faces, just looking at us, and we would, you know, see who was afraid and who wasn't. But they never bother you. You don't bother them, they're not going to bother you. They're going about their business. But now, a hornet or a wasp or a yellow jacket, that's a horse of a different color. Okay? And let me come out a little bit. So you guys can see the rest of it. So she's got a lot going on here. Got some here. And she really loves taking care of her garden. Oh, hey, Jay Jordan came in. How you doing, sir? She used to have some on the side. Let me see what she did. She might have moved it all into the containers. Yeah, those are gone. But she has flowers. What are some? Up in a bed up front. Let me see if I can get you there. On the side of the air conditioning unit. A little bit. Hey, sure, Shannon's in the house. So we were sitting out here too yesterday. It was I couldn't sit here long because it was just getting too warm. But you know, I live in New York State, so the difference between what feels warm to me and what doesn't is different from the other people that were here. So I had to get away from that. Roast some eyeballs. Oh God. Oh God. Let me see if I've missed any messages. Let's see. Okay, so I gotta find out the name of the plants for Rico. Thank you, Shannon, for sharing me out. You guys don't forget to do the thumbs up thingy for me. Okay. So now I'm not walking near that pond though. Yes, well, yeah. I'm in your neck of the woods, Shannon. Raleigh, Durham. We spent the night in Chapel Hill last night at the Sheraton. It's about 20 minutes from where I am now. There's some flowers here. Because I had took a picture of a plant. I was telling my aunt about it. I'll send it to you as well. Okay. So I was on lookout last night to make sure nothing crawled up these steps in the dark, because we had lighting, but you know it was dim lighting. See the threads of light bulbs right there? But I was still keeping my eyes open. I don't play that. I've seen too many times when things come out of the water and people don't think that there's anything there. And it shows up and surprises everybody. And they go, oh, I didn't know there was anything in that water dangerous like that. Well, you know now, don't you? So, nope, not me. Okay, I got it, Rico. It just came in. See, and then you know what? Even if it wasn't anything indigenous to this water, somebody can get something and throw it in there. You know, maybe they don't want anymore. You know, like a snake or you know a baby gator or something like that. And the reason they think that there's nothing in it is because it's not connected to any other, you know, waterway. But I'm like, nope, nope. Let's see. Because, you know, they used to do that in the sewers in Chicago all the time. They would, you know, get something and say the snake ended up getting larger than they thought it was going to get. And then they couldn't handle it. So then they decided, oh, I'll just throw it down the toilet, or I'll throw it, you know, in Lake Michigan, or I'll throw it, you know, down the sewer grate. Not me. So yeah, it's beautiful. Let me give you guys a shot of the sky. Look at that. The only clouds that we have are, you know, thin and up very, very high. And it is actually getting hot out here right now. To me. Again, to me. So, if Jamia was on here, or any of my friends from the South or the Southwest, they would probably be like, oh, that would be beautiful for me. Not me. There's their little, they had a candle glowing in there. You know, they had to get a little Halloween going. Let's see, what did I miss? Okay, let's see. Okay, you guys are speaking to each other. If you guys don't already have each other, you know what? Do yourself. I love bling, no spaces. And I guarantee you, okay, that's for sure. Now, does anyone live in any areas like this where it's really, you know, serene, or, you know, things like that? Or maybe you have family or friends that live, you know, like this. This is beautiful to me, and I love to come out on the deck and just hang out, you know. I almost rented a home that had a actual, I wouldn't call it a river. I guess I would call it a creek that was running through it on the way to the Hudson River. And somebody got it right before I could get it. My husband and I could get it. But I also know that when the hurricanes come up the east corridor, that it brings a lot of rain, and a lot of rain comes out of the mountains, and it can cause flooding. So it probably was good that we didn't get it, because I don't have any time for anything like that. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to be on the road to go back yet. It took us, let's see, non-stop, it would take 9 hours to get from our home to this home. But of course we stopped, and we made the stops as quick as possible. And then, like I said on the other video, the problem we had was getting through the Washington, D.C. metro area, that corridor. So once you get past Baltimore, about halfway in between Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., you're going to run into traffic. So we had to deal with that. And then once we got to D.C., we had traffic, had to deal with that. There was also a No King's Day yesterday, so I'm sure some of the traffic had to do with that. And then once you get out of D.C. and you get into Virginia, then you're going to have traffic coming out of there as well. And it always used to amaze me, because I lived in that area for quite some time. That was my first job out of college, and it was always a mess, as far as traffic. So I would actually run out of the door. I don't care what was going on. In the morning, I used to I lived in, this time I was living in Maryland in Prince George's County, and I would jump on 495 to go around DC. And, Virginia and Maryland, those areas around DC are just suburbs of DC, even though they are their own respective states. But, and if I did not get on the road by 6:45 a.m., I was going to be in gridlock. I knew it. So I just was like, I don't have time. I'll tell my husband, oh, I gotta go. You want some toast? You want some coffee? No. Gotta go right now. And get on the road, and I would go straight on through, going about 65, 70. But if I was 5 minutes late, I'm telling you, man, the traffic was just out of sight, and I hated it. And then one time while I was there, I had a stick shift. Boy, I had a bad sports car. I had an Acura Integra, and I loved that thing. It was black, and it had cream leather seats, and the guys were all tripping because they was like, oh, it's a chick know how to drive a stick. I'm like, I sure do. And, I used to take off with that thing in second gear sometime. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it. I loved it. But when you're in traffic, it's you get a workout. You guys that know how to drive a stick. Anybody know how to drive a stick in here? Because if you do, then you know what you have to do, constantly. Let me see if anybody knows. Does anybody know? Tell me what you have to do if you driving a stick shift in a bad traffic. And then tell me what you have to do if you're driving a stick shift and you're on a hill and it's a stoplight or you have to stop. What you have to do. I just want to see if you guys know. Oh, the sun is going in. That's nice. It feels better with the sun in, to tell you the truth. For me, get you a little. See the sun behind the clouds? So yeah, we don't know if we're going to get on the road tonight or not. We wanted to go to the National Museum it's not really in DC. They say it's DC, but it's really Maryland. But I forgot until my husband told me, there's a government shutdown and all of those museums, the zoo, all of that is closed. I was just like, oh, man, I really wanted to do that. I haven't been there in years, decades. So I really wanted to do that. So we're not going to be able to do that. You love Maryland? What do you love about Maryland? Nobody answered about the stick shift. I guess you guys don't know how to drive a stick shift. Wow. I thought most guys knew how to drive a stick shift. Not all, but I thought most did. Oh well, this is beautiful. And like I said, we had an excellent time last night, and my husband is in there talking. You never got to it? Okay. Well, what do you love about Maryland? Is that the one you're saying you never got to, or are you saying you never got to learning how to drive a stick shift? Hey, Outdoors with Big Matt. That's where I'm at. I'm outdoors. Thanks for coming in, sir. I'm in Raleigh, Durham, specifically Durham, North Carolina. About the stick, okay. Yeah. It was real fun, and it's kind of sexy being a female driving a stick shift. The guys were just tripping out. They're like, oh, man. And then I'll take off from second shift. Second gear, rather. It's a lot of fun. You got family in Maryland. Okay. I wish I was there right now. I'd be fishing. Yeah, man. And yeah, and our friend says that they do fish out here. So let me try to give you a close up. So there's a little invisible fence that's down here so that I'm assuming kids can't get in there. You know, kids can do what they want to do, but Morse is something big. You're on the west side of Durham. Let me see. Sure am. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. You know what? Don't quote me on that. I gotta make sure. I know we're 20 minutes from Chapel Hill, and we went north around that circle to get back here. So the only thing I gotta do before we leave for good is I have to stop by our favorite place. One of our favorite places, 𝓔𝓣 𝓕𝓡𝓔. Shannon, go ahead and fish. I'm going scuba diving. Boy, I know how to swim, but I ain't jumping in there to get you. No, sir. Like I said, Matt, I was telling them that I was watching the steps last night to get on the deck because it was nighttime and we were all out having a birthday party, and we had lighting, but it was dim. So I was thinking like, yeah, let me keep my eye. I'm not gonna have my back facing it. I'm gonna keep my eyes out. You had a lot of people out here. Yeah, I know. And then we just went to breakfast, Shannon, at a place that was surrounded by Duke. You know, everybody, Duke, the street name, you know, and everything. And the breeze is blowing right now. You guys, do what Nightbot says if you want to pick up any channels and drop your link. I love to hear the breeze. Forget Duke. How did I know you were going to say that? I wish they had some weeping willows out here, but mostly what I see is the pine trees, mostly. I used to live in a home where the back, it had a creek. No, it wasn't a creek. It was a standing still pond, and it had lily pads in it. Those things got out of control, and we had to pay people, you know, as a neighborhood to come and get rid of them. Not, well, you know, at least lighten them, you know, having less in there. See if I can get a close-up of some of these flowers. It's I Love Bling Matt. No spaces. If you put in I Love Bling, you'll get a response. I guarantee. Put some Christmas lights on those pine trees. And they do decorate. Look at that one. This one has, let me see if I can hold it. This one has flowers within a flower. Look at this. There you go, Big Mac. When that comes up, you guys, go ahead and there we go. Connect with Big Mac. He's good people. Mm-hmm. That pink one have it too. So we go out, find out the name of that plant you were talking about. But Santa Claus still needs to go to jail. Go to jail for what? What did Santa Claus ever do to you? Tell me what Santa Claus did, because the sun came back out and I'm getting ready to go back inside. Rico, tell me what tell me what Santa Claus did to you. Oop. Saw a butterfly, but it went past. Because Santa Claus is a liar. Now, is Santa Claus the liar, or are the liar? Are they the liars? Or did Santa Claus tell you he was going to get you something? Did you sit on Santa Claus' lap and he told you he was going to get you something and it didn't come? And by the way, was this recent or was this a long time ago? Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. I really appreciate you. Okay. Oh, I didn't know I had been on here 27 minutes. So I am getting ready to go. So I'm going to turn it around and say thanks to everybody who showed up. Hey. And just enjoy the rest of my time here. I'm having a ball. And I'm going to go inside and see what they're up to. Okay? You guys be blessed. I love you with the love of the Lord, each and every one of you. I listened to part of a sermon message today on the spirit of offense. And I think I'm going to have to use it and not just, okay, thank you, and not just bypass it, because I have a best friend, and have you guys ever had somebody really close to you and you get a feeling that they're trying to use you, and then when you said no or you couldn't be there for them, then they just decided, have a wonderful day, Kim, and everybody in the chat, you have to excuse me, I have issues with that's all right. Well, hey, it's your perception and it's valid because it's yours, okay? That's the kind of friend I am. Okay, I hope you guys are still there. So I just feel like, man, one of us has to be the bigger person. And we've been friends since we were 5 years old, which is quite a long time. And she offended me, she did, but I had to receive that offense. So now I gotta kind of ask, God, the Holy Spirit to help me manage that and get beyond it, because the friendship is very valuable to me. And, I'm going to let her know exactly how I was offended, see if she even had that intention. Rico was just a troublemaker. That's why he didn't get what he wanted. That's what it is. And because, you just don't say, oh, okay, all is well, and you don't at least let the person know what, what's going on. That's no good, because, they may do it again. They may do it again intentionally. They may not, but at least you would give them the opportunity of knowing what's going on. And I think she knows, but I think I'm going to have to just maybe send her a piece of this message and then just let her know we've been friends for too long for something like this. Matt, get in the corner. So you guys think about that. Anybody that you are holding a fence against, you know, just think about it. How valuable is the friendship or the relationship if it's a family member? And, you know, just learn how to manage it. Rico, there's not a corner big enough for me, but if you wait, but if you keep it up, I'm going to put you in the corner. Uh-oh. Shoot, let me get out of here. So you guys think about that, okay? Be good to each other. Smooches, smooches, and take care. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye. Don't forget to share.